Okay guys, I don't know how well you can hear me. This is Chad from Sticks Blog. I just wanted to do a quick little video on my new tent. Not going to go into a whole lot of details about it. Anyway, this is the ZPacks Hexamid Solo Plus, and inside it I have the Cuban fiber light version of the Solo Plus ground sheet. Real quick, just some weights. Before I got it, before I seam sealed it, the ground sheet weighed 2.5 ounces. After I seam sealed it, the ground sheet weighed 2.7 ounces. The tent, before I seam sealed it, weighed 11.3 ounces. And then after I seam sealed the tent, it weighed 12.3 ounces. So total, my tent and the ground sheet comes in at 15 ounces. Now when I add in my stakes, which is another 2.7 ounces for 10 of the titanium stakes with the heat shrink tubing and in a stuff sack, I come to a total of 17.7 ounces for the entire setup. Now this isn't just a solo tent, this is a Solo Plus. It's big enough for 2 people in a pinch, and I fully believe it. So anyway, just kind of want to show you around just a little bit. It's a side view. It does have the optional beak on it, but I haven't got it rolled out right now. I'll roll that out in a minute. As you can see, there's lots of lines. There's 10 lines altogether. There's the main front line, then of course there's 4 corner lines, and then there's a side guy out line on each side, and then 2 across the back. So I have a total of 10. The tent came with all the Spectra cord. It was 36 foot of Spectra cord, and I had to cut it to the appropriate lengths and tie little loops in it to attach it to the tent. Fairly easy job. As far as seam sealing, I do want to point out what I seam sealed. As you can see, that seam right there, there's one on both sides. I sealed that one, as well as that seam there. There's a seam that goes right up the middle. I seam sealed that. Don't know how well you'll see it with this, but there's a circle around it where he's reinforced it because that's where the trekking pole goes. I seam sealed around that. I seam sealed all of the guy out points. Like I said, there's 4 of them. Now seam sealed this back seam right here. Approximately, after my weights, I approximate that I used 1.2 ounces of seam seal. I did use the seal net that Joe sent. I didn't seal anywhere near the corners here because the way the ground sheet works inside it is if water soaks into the corners, it's just going to run down the screen and it's going to hit the ground anyway. It's not actually going to run inside the ground sheet. So real quick, I'm going to set this down. I'm going to put the beak out and show you that, and then I'll show you inside it. Hang on. To do the beak, there's a little cord. It just holds it up. You just roll it up. Undo the little cord. Pull it out. There's a elastic cord attached to the end of this line here, and there's a loop. Put that in there, tighten it however much it needs to be, and there it is. So that's it with the beak extended. Kind of show you a side view here, see how much you get there. Okay, real quick, this is the inside. I have a regular size REI light core 1.5 mattress in here. This isn't the mattress I'm going to be using. I just had it available. I could grab it real quick. And that's what it looks like on the Solo Plus ground sheet. Now, if you'll also notice, right there, right there, right there, in that corner and in that corner, there's loops, the little pieces of elastic cord that attaches the ground sheet. So the ground sheet is actually floating, but it also keeps the ground sheet elevated, so it works as a bathtub floor. There is one right here also. Once you get in, you can attach it secured around your trekking pole, so it completes the bathtub effect. I think this is a very well designed bathtub floor. and I think it's going to work out really well. As well, to work the door, there's a piece of fabric that they've sewed on. That's where the end of the trekking pole goes, and then it's got a single rainbow zip, and you zip that up, and that's what protects the mesh. You will see that I do have a protector on the end of my trekking pole because I'm still kind of weary that it's going to go through this material. And I want to say that this is some of the Cuban nylon hybrid material that he's got sewn in here, so it should be pretty durable, but just in case, I've got that little protector. Also, if anybody sees that red ring, if anybody is familiar with that red ring, they'll know exactly what kind of pole this is. Let's see if I can show you. Finally got my Gossamer gear pole in. Also, if you'll notice, that goes way up there. I'm laying on my back and I'm still way far away from touching it. Actually, when I sit down on my butt, I can reach my hand all the way up and touch the inside of that. It's 51 inches. It's what it's listed at. Okay, so now real quick, I'm just going to go lay down inside of it so you can see an idea how much room is in there. Keep in mind I'm 5 foot 10 inches, so you'll see how much room, so hang on. Okay, so maybe that gives you an idea, a little bit of an idea how much room's in there. And there's a few things I want to say. One thing I want to say anyway. Some of you may have noticed I pretty much sat down on my butt and scooted out almost. Kind of trying to be a little bit careful that the ground's wet. It's been raining a lot here. But I know some people are going to say, well, you got to sit down on your butt, you got to crawl out on your hands and knees. It's not quite that bad, but no, I can't stand up and walk inside the tent. Not anything like that, so I don't know, I don't mind it. Like I say, it's going to be 17.7 ounces for everything. My Skyscape Trekker that I had for everything was a grand total of 26 ounces for the tent, and then another 2.7 ounces for the stakes, and another 2 ounces for the ground sheet. So I was looking at about 30 ounces, so I've cut that weight in half almost. Of course, it cost me a good deal of money to do it, but I'm really happy with it. So anyway, that's just a quick look at the ZPacks Hexamid Solo Plus. If you have any comments, questions, just post them down below. Otherwise, I'll be taking this out this weekend. I'm leaving Friday. We're going to go and do 4 days on the AT in Georgia, somewhere. Not 100% sure where now. But anyway, that's where we're headed. So I plan on using this the 3 nights that we'll be out. So look for some videos I got coming up, and I'm sure this will be one of the star attractions in the videos. So anyway, I appreciate you for watching, and till next time, man. See you later.